Let's kick things off with the broader market. Stocks relatively muted today, with the Dow currently on pace to snap a three-day losing streak despite Monday's big drop. The S&P is on track to snap a two-week losing streak. We are higher by, 0.3% on the S&P for the day and 0.7% on the week. And Mike, a nice intraday recovery today and a nice intra-week recovery too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, one of the takeaways, I think, was going into Monday's low, and we have talked about this for a while, but many parts of the market were on a deep slide well before that. So, with the benefit of a few days hindsight with how the market has righted itself, it's clear that that was, in the very short term, a culmination when you had all that concentrated attention on the Evergrande issue and things like that. Credit markets did not break. They didn't even really bend on that news. So you have the makings for another one of these points on the chart where it looks like, well, we had a mini scare. We went down 5% intraday, did not close down there. Is this yet another recovery to an all-time high? It very well could be. This market, when it surprises on an inflection point, tends to surprise to the upside this year. But you have to be, aware that we're still in this seasonal period. I know that this sounds like, on the one hand, on the other hand, but I do think you can respect the action and say that the market took advantage of a slightly oversold condition in the face of many excuses to back off further, and it did not do that.
Shannon, what do you make of what we're hearing out of China, not just today on calling any kind of cryptocurrency exchanges illegal, but perhaps, the things that we've heard about them cracking down in a number of ways? Do you think the markets are just getting used to this is just a more closed off China than maybe what we had hoped to see and shrugging it off?
I actually think the markets are a bit hesitant to actually believe that we're at this inflection point with Chinese policy. So if you look at what's happening next year and some of the things that are on the horizon for China, I think we need to be careful that this could be a longer term push into the Congress next year that could indicate that there is a different sheriff in town, if you will, from the Chinese Communist Party. And so I think what investors are doing is they're really looking at it in terms of, okay, will this actually slow the economic growth that we've experienced globally this year and that we're anticipating into next year? Is this something that we should be insulating our portfolios against? And even if we wanted to, where else are we going? And so I think there is a bit of complacency, particularly as it relates to some of the additional crackdowns that could come on certain sectors, industries, or sub-industries. But I think, again, we're not getting a lot of transparency. We never do. But over the last couple of months, it feels very, I think there is a level of anxiety amongst those of us who have invested in emerging markets in particular over the last couple of years that we're not really sure what's next. And I don't know that that's fully being priced in to the potential catalyst for a downside move over the next 3 or 4 months.